Hello, everyone. It's time for me to do the sharing. Before I do the sharing, I'd like to pray before I do the sharing. God, please help me so that I can express myself well, so that everyone listens can benefit. I pray to you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. This is the thing I prepared. So on the 13th day of the year of the hand, I'd like to wish everyone of you a successful year. And today I'd like to do some sharing about the Chinese culture, part of the Chinese culture. So what does it mean? So it means the mathematical pattern on the back of a turtle coming out of yellow river and a developing story. What is it? Okay, be more patient. Before I go on with my speech, I'd like to introduce myself first. I am Mr. Su in the IB department. I'm a mathematics teacher. And the reason for me to use English as the medium is very simple. I like all my English-speaking colleagues. I respect them. And I'd like everyone here to benefit from my speech. So I think this is the only medium that I can use so that everyone understands what I'm trying to say. Because, the Chinese culture that I'm going to introduce concerns mathematics. In ancient China, the Chinese people are very good at doing mathematics. And then, so I'd like to ask this question. Perhaps you can do it, right? But some of you are a little bit weak in this. So let's do some investigation first. Perhaps the problem is a little bit more difficult, so I'd like to choose a simple one to discuss. So what will this be like? Okay. Perhaps you are good at doing it. Okay. If you cooperate, you will give me more confidence so that I can express myself better. So I'd like to use graphical representation. So one, I use one cross, two crosses, three crosses, four crosses. And then let me investigate it a little bit. So if I look at it vertically, I will have 4 columns. If I look at them horizontally, I will have 4 rows. And then no easy way. Okay. However, if I do it once again, I will have 1 more cross, 2 crosses, 3 crosses, and 4 crosses. So what good is it? A little bit easier, right? Thank you. So now there are 4 rows, but 1 more column, okay? 1 more column. So the total crosses should be 4 times 5. But actually, I intended to find the black crosses only. So I have to half it, okay? So it's only 10. So this is the answer, right? Isn't it a little bit easier if you do it this way? So I think that we can do it this way. This time I will do it a little bit quicker. So instead of drawing all the red crosses, I use a big triangle to represent it. So 7 rows, how many columns? Yes, 8 columns. So it will be 7 times 8. But that's not the answer. Because I just want the black one, so I have to half it. So it has to be 28, right? Personally, I call it half last legs theorem. Okay? Okay, thank you. And then 2 things to care about. If you want to use it, you have to bear in mind that the numbers have to start from 1, and then 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? If you want to use it, you have to observe the rules. Otherwise, there will be a mistake. 2 more examples. What will be the first one? 8 times 9 divided by 2, it will be 36. What about the last one? 10 times 11 divided by 2, right? 55. So I think that after the examples, I think that you should be able to work out the answer for this. 9 times 10 divided by 2. So the answer is 45. Okay. So actually, what I'd like to discuss, is it that simple? Okay, actually, I'd like to discuss some difficult problems. Listen, it is difficult. I guarantee that. I'm very confident that not many persons here can solve the problems that I'm going to present. Okay, so please listen to it. So this book, I like to read very much. Okay, this is this book. I borrowed it from the library, school library. In page 1193. Oh, by the way, I forget to mention the name I described this book. Personally, I call it The Adventures of Stephen Kwok and Jennifer Wong. Stephen Kwok is a brave, good young man. He's good at learning martial art. And Jennifer Wong is a very beautiful and kind-hearted girl. And then they go together, they come across a lot of difficulties. However, at one point of time, Jennifer Wong is seriously injured. And then they are, okay, please excuse my poor English, okay? I do not, receive my education like you in a very good, famous secondary school, okay? And then Jennifer Wong is seriously injured, and then the two young people are chased by many enemies, and they go into a hut. And then inside the hut, an old lady is doing mathematics. Jennifer Wong is very good at this area. And then in page 1193, the first question, see if you can do it. Find the square root of 55,225. Well, is it? It takes me a few minutes to do mental calculation in order to get this answer. The answer is 225, or 35, 235. You know, standing here makes me a little bit nervous. And then, this is the second question. And the old lady is doing this. Find the cubic root of 34,012,224. It takes me about half an hour to do mental calculation in order to get the solution. The answer is 324. But these two questions are not the main focus of today's discussion. In page 1194, this is a very difficult question. And this is named as Ho Tou. Okay. When I use this name, I have to state it clearly that different people address this problem differently. Someone does not agree with me that I should use Ho Tou to describe this problem. Someone believes that, someone is very good at Chinese culture, believes that Ho Tou refers to other things. And actually, to be honest, I'm not very sure. But I'm very interested in this question, and then I have some evidence of using this name. So let's temporarily use this name, Ho Tou, to refer to this problem. Okay, actually in English, it is called magic square. So the sum of the first row, the second row has to be equal. The sum of the second row has to be equal to the first sum. And this row, same. And this column, same. And this column, same. And this column, same. And the diagonal, same. And this one, same. So what should be the number? I mean the actual value. Hey, don't just say same. Okay, let's investigate it. Okay, shall we? Okay. So this is the first sum. This is the second sum. This is the third sum. What happens if we add them together? So all the question marks come out, right? Right? Excuse me? Okay, now, can you hear me? So we have 9 question marks. So of those 9 question marks, there must be number 1, number 2, number 3, right? Well, actually, number 1 should appear in one of them. So I'm very sure that there must be number 1. I do not mean that this is number 1. I just like to say that out of the 9 question marks, there must be one number 1, one number 2, one number 3, and so on. Do you agree? Yes. So what happens if I add them up together? Yes, 45. So what should be the first sum? What should be the second sum? What should be the third sum? They should be 15, right? So every row, every column, every diagonal the sum of them has to be 15, okay? Let's try the simplest order of filling the 9 boxes. Okay. Yesterday I discussed this problem with a teacher who asked to be anonymous. And then the teacher says that number 5 must be in the middle. The reason is very simple. Because this number has been used once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. So the teacher said number 5 must be in the middle. And the teacher is very clever. Actually, all the teachers in our school are very, very clever. They are very good, okay? So what do you find out? So the sum of the first row is 6. The sum of the second row is 15. A little bit encouraging because what we need is 15. And then the sum of this row is only 24. The sum of this diagonal is 15. Not encouraging. This is not promising. This is encouraging. This is not. This is. There are 2 possibilities. I choose both patterns work, actually. I choose trial 2. So I choose this one, keeping the red numbers unchanged. Why? Because the sum of them is 15. Okay, right? 15 here, 15 here. So what I need to do is to rearrange the 4 corners number. Do you agree? How can I do it? Any idea? You are very smart, right? How can I do it? Instead of interchanging the position, I put number 9 into a very special position. I put number 9 into this position. Do you understand why? Someone understands it? Okay, good. So do you still remember? The sum of the numbers have to be 15. And I put number 1 here, number 3 here, number 7 here. So it will become something like this. Any good? Do you see something? No? Someone nodded, okay? Someone nods. Have you read this book? Have you read this book? It seems to be both things are bad, right? Sometimes we can make use of bad things to do good things, right? I want to look at the numbers in a special orientation. This orientation. So what do you find? This will be the sum of the 3 numbers is 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15, right? Oh, 15, that's the number we want. 3 plus 5 plus 7, it is also 15. And 4 plus 9 plus 2, it is also 15. What about this direction? 2 plus 7 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 9 plus 5 plus 1 is 15. 4 plus 3 plus 8 is also 15. So what do we get? That's the solution. Do you agree? Do you agree? We have solved the problem. Okay. Thank you. If you go to this website, you will see this turtle. More than 4,000 years ago, there is a legend. Okay, more than 4,000 years ago. And a Chinese official does very good work to solve the problem of the flooding of the Yellow River. And then after his great work, a turtle comes out of the river. It's so sad. Actually, it is hard to believe. On the back of the turtle, there appears some pattern of the marks. So 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. Is it possible? 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. Is it possible for the turtle to come out with Yellow River, and on the back of the turtle, there are marks like that, numbers like that? Is it possible? I wondered that. But there is such a legend. Okay? So someone named this problem as 河圖. That's the reason. I might not agree with that. Actually, I'm interested in the mathematical aspect only. Okay? This is the last problem, mathematical problem. In page 1195, there's a very difficult problem. So what does it say? Put 1 to 72 into the 9 cells, such that each cell has 8 numbers. The 8 numbers in each cell have to be pasted on the vertices of an octagon. The sum of each octagon has to be the same, and it is 292. In addition, the sum of each of the 4 extra octagons formed in the middle has also to be 292. Wow. Just to understand it, I think it's a little bit difficult, right? I cannot do it. I mean it. I had difficulty even in allocating the 72 integers into the 9 cells. The difficulty is there are 9 cells, so each cell should have 8 integers. And the sum of all numbers in a cell has to be equal to others. Because I cannot do it, I narrowed down the problem into allocating 18 integers into 9 cells such that the sum of the numbers in each cell will be the same. I think this could be done because it's a little bit simpler, right? I do it this way, 10 here. So this will be 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, okay? So the sum of each numbers in each cell is the same. Personally, I quite a slick pattern. Oh, now I'm confident. I think that I can arrange numbers into the 72 integers. I can arrange them into the boxes. I do it this way. So if you look at the the green ones, this will be 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. So in each cell, there's an increase of 55, right? So every cell has the equal amount of numbers, right? So I do it this way. Do you still remember the 河圖? 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. And then we do it this way. All the numbers in the same group of 2 goes to the same box. And we arrange it into the octagon. Something like this. Similarly, for the remaining 8 columns, we do it this way. And then we will have 1 more octagon in the middle, 2 more, 3 more, and 4 more. And the sum of each of the ring has to be 292. Can you do it? Can you? I have set well before that this is something that I cannot do. If you can do it, come and teach me, and you will become. And I think that if you can do it and you become the teacher of a teacher, that is me, and then I think that you can go everywhere here, there will be a halo above your head. And then you will get, will get respect from everyone, right? After this morning assembly, I wish that would introduce this book to the English-speaking teachers. And please don't start it from book 1, because book 1 is a little bit boring. Start from the scenario that the two young gentlemen walk into the wooden hut and then seeking protection. And it's book 3, okay? And you might do the translation to the English-speaking teachers. I wish that you will also let the English-speaking teachers know more about the Chinese culture, not just the mathematics. There are many things for the English-speaking teachers to understand, to learn. And I'd like you to learn something from them. And before I end the speech, I have got some more things to say. I think that I can finish it within 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Give me some extra time. Okay, please. Actually, all my IB colleagues are very nice and friendly. I often benefit a lot from talking to them and learning from them. Because of limitation of time, I could only mention a few of them. Dr. Gabby McDonald is a wonderful person. Almost everyone here knows that she helps train guide dogs. Surprisingly, she does rowing. I mean real rowing. As I'm responsible for the indoor rowing at the school, I learned the techniques of rowing from her. By the way, I would like to take this opportunity to promote the sport. I think it is great fun to do indoor rowing. Sometimes when I am free, I would do indoor rowing. The distance I covered is long enough for me to row a boat from Mong Kok to Tsim Sha Tsui. Isn't it great? It is safe, right? You will not get drowned. The main ideas of doing the sport is for fun and strengthening our bodies. Winning some championship is just an extra bonus, right? If you win a lot of championships but fail to enjoy the sport, what's the good of doing it? Another colleague I want to mention is Mr. Christopher Percy. He belongs to the House of Percy, same as his family name and the house to which I belong. He's good at doing rugby and is responsible for the rugby club at the school. Mr. Neil Hodgson is a close colleague of mine. He teaches IB physics. And he knows a lot about the World Cup soccer history. Mr. David Leach has very good knowledge in the English literature. I often ask him questions concerning English. In short, you might consider going up to them and check with them just to show your friendliness and take the opportunity to learn from the conversation. This is the end of my speech.